Today, also, the Trinidad Newsday published an article entitled Vincent Nelson Tries Again to Appeal Conviction. And Vincent Nelson in this matter was represented by Edward Fitzgerald, King's Counsel. And Mr. Fitzgerald made some very damning statements against the former Attorney General, Mr. Faris Al-Rawi, in terms of the conduct of that particular prosecution. And the article is quoted by saying that Fitzgerald detailed correspondence between Al-Rawi, the National Crime Agency, and Attorney Roger Kewal Singh, which he argued demonstrated a clear promise that Nelson would not be prosecuted due to his role as a whistleblower. So just to refresh our memories, Vincent Nelson was promised certain goodies to give evidence against two political opponents of this country, Mr. Gerald Ramdeen and Mr. Anand Ramlogan. And based on giving that notarized statement, he was given certain promises by the previous government, and in particular the office holder, former Attorney General. The King's Counsel is telling the Court of Appeal in this country that he, the former AG, is saying that this man should not be prosecuted. Fitzgerald told the court, how can one read that other than him saying the others should be prosecuted, but Vincent Nelson should not? He suggested that Nelson may have been tricked into providing evidence only to be prosecuted afterwards. It may have been a false promise, a trick, an overreach, Fitzgerald argued, but we say that a promise was made. Why did he make the notarized statement which put his head in a noose, Fitzgerald asked. He was told to make a statement, then you would get paid, and if you do not, he would carry on appealing and you would never get your money. According to Fitzgerald, 3 days after Nelson submitted his notarized statement, he was paid 1 million British pounds. There is an awful lot we have come to the bottom of this case, Fitzgerald told the court. He maintained that Al-Rawi's conduct, promising immunity, a pardon, and payments amounted to an abuse of process. Can you imagine that, Trinidad and Tobago, that a King's Counsel is telling our local Court of Appeal that a former Attorney General, a PNM government, promised a particular witness to give evidence against a political opponent, and if you don't give the evidence, we're going to continue appealing this matter. And as soon as he provided the notarized statements against his political opponents, 3 days later, you were paid 1 million British pounds. These are the statements being made in the local courts. These are the statements, Trinidad and Tobago. In any other democratic society, an entire government would have collapsed because of a matter like this. The entire government would have fallen.